project is actually titled E007, which is actually named after the Marvel Avengers movie that has been popular over the past few years. So, the objective of the users is to actually collect the last 3 Infinity Stones that are located on Earth, and each of these stones is actually hidden away in a puzzle which they have to solve. So, a total of 3 puzzles, and these 3 puzzles are the Reality Maze, the Time Sanctums, as well as the Tesseract Key. Now, moving on to the first game, which is the Reality Maze. It's actually literally shaped like the maze itself right here. And at the start of the game, the players will actually be given a marble as well as a light LED laser pointer. So they are supposed to insert the marble at the starting point and actually navigate it through the maze. And how they are supposed to do that is actually there are controllers at the side that allows the maze to actually turn in 2 directions so that the ball can move. And actually there are also obstacles that are actually blocking the marble from moving, and they are the rotating gates. How you're supposed to operate these gates is actually through the laser pointer that we issued to them, and by shining at certain points where the light sensor is actually located, they are able to activate the gates in turn that turns the gate, and so the marble can move on to the next path. Now at the final point, once the marble drops at the end point, it will actually light up a circuit that actually shows a 4-digit combination that will open a box that actually has one of the Infinity Stones as well as some items that they will use for the next game. Actually, how does it work? It's actually comprised of nano circuitry, which is actually the base of it, as well as Arduino IDE, which we use to code the circuit itself, and it's made out of the light dependent resistor, which is the light sensor itself, as well as the servo motors. So in general, how does it work is, when you shine a light at the LDR, the resistance of the whole circuit actually drops so that the voltage increases for the breather that we are taking, and by doing so, it actually lets the value pass a certain threshold, which the ones we set, and so that when the circuit senses that a threshold level has been passed, it actually sends a signal to the servo motor to actually tells it to turn into the next position, in which we have set 2 positions, and that is actually how you pass the first game. Now moving on to the second game, which is the Time Sanctum, I'll pass on to my teammate Dixon to elaborate about his part.
So for the second game,